Subsidized, College Mom here. Today we are going to talk about financial aid packages and how to decipher them. Financial aid package is what the school puts together for the student that is going to determine how they're going to pay for school using their financial aid. The two things that go into the financial aid package, one is going to be the cost of attendance. That's how much it costs for the student to go to school. So it's going to have tuition, room and board, transportation, personal expenses. We'll have all the different things that go into the cost of the school. Then you take the EFC, which is the estimated family contribution, and that is from the FAFSA that the student did and sent in. And they're going to take those two numbers and calculate how much the financial aid package is. So you take the cost of attendance, subtract out the estimated family contribution, and this should be what is left for the student to go to school and how much financial aid that they will need to cover that cost. So once they have this number, they're going to fill in whatever that amount is with 4 different things. Those 4 different things are going to be grants, scholarships, which will also include merit aid, work study, and student loans. Now, not everybody is going to have all of these things in their financial aid package because some of them are going to depend on financial need, but those are the 4 ways that they can fill in this financial aid package. There is no exact guideline how every single school has a financial aid package. So some may look different than the others, but they're all going to be calculated the same way and they're all going to have the same things included. So we're going to look at some examples. These examples are going to be off of the student account. That's going to be like their online student account of what it would look like. They also have financial aid letters that they send out. On this slide, we are going to look at grants. Grants do not need to be paid back, but grants are also usually going to be determined on a financial need. So on this example, there's 3 different grants. One is going to be the federal Pell Grant, the other one is going to be a state grant, which is that Texas grant, and the other one is a college grant directly from the school. So usually you want to go ahead and accept these because they are free money. Now over on towards the right, you can also see how much the award is that they're offering, and then beside that it says dispersed, and dispersed means actually how much should be going to the student once you accept that. Then next we have scholarships. Scholarships are also free money where they don't need to get paid back, and then there's numerous kinds of scholarships, and they'll all be listed on this financial aid package. So on here it says miscellaneous gift to student, which that would be like an outside scholarship from, say, an online scholarship, an agency. This was actually sorority scholarship. Anything that's going to be coming to the student in the form of a scholarship from an outside entity. Then these other scholarships are scholarships from the college itself that this student got awarded. So those 3 are all school scholarships. This is actually a senior. So that is why it's so important to students to continue to apply for scholarships even after their freshman year, because obviously this student got $4,000 in scholarships just from applying, and this had nothing to do with their freshman year. You need to apply for these scholarships as you go through school. Generally speaking, I would suggest going ahead and accepting any grant or scholarship since that is free money. In the instance that you are lucky enough to maybe have more grants and scholarships together to exceed the cost of attendance, then that would be the situation where you would want to go to whoever you're getting the scholarship from and ask them maybe to hold that scholarship for the following year, because a school is not going to give out more than a cost of attendance. So say you had $10,000 in grants and $20,000 in scholarships and the cost of attendance was only $25,000. What the school will do is they will deduct $5,000 from the grants, so those two add up to the cost of attendance. So if you are in that situation, what you could do is ask one of the scholarships or more of the scholarships to hold some of that money till the following year, and then that way you don't have to worry about losing the grant money. You'll get all your grant money, the scholarship money, and then you can put some of the other scholarship money into the following year. Then we have work study. As you can see, work study, it actually has on here award and if you accept it, it's going to say under the award, so it's going to be listed in that final calculation of the financial aid package. But when it says dispersed, it's not going to be in dispersed because it's work study. So the student is going to have to apply for a job, and then they're going to have to earn the money. So the reason that work study is included in this is because based on the FAFSA, they will or will not even qualify to be in a work study program. And then if they are in work study, it's not going to get counted towards their income on the next time they apply for the FAFSA. So they say that if you do that, then it can actually make them eligible for more money as far as their grants and their subsidized loans and other financial aid, because their EFC will be lowered because that work study money is not going to be included in their income. So that's why work study is included in the financial aid package. But if you're going to go in and you're going to accept this money, keep in mind that this money is not going to go to the student out of the school or go towards any kind of fees that are due on the student account. Then you have your Stafford loans, which pretty much every student is going to be offered these Stafford loans, and they're going to be separated between subsidized and unsubsidized based on that FAFSA and your financial need. And it's going to have how much you're going to be qualified for in subsidized money and unsubsidized. There's going to be two separate things. So you can accept, say you wanted to only accept your subsidized loans, you can do that. Or if you want to do both, you can do that. Then also listed are going to be any kind of Parent Plus or private loans. So say you had a loan from, say, Wells Fargo, they're going to usually send that money directly to the school. It will be listed in the financial aid package. On here, it has the federal parent loan offer. And like I said, even though it has under the award status, it's going to be listed there. So it will add up to the same amount as the cost of attendance after they do this award. But a Parent Plus loan, you have to apply, you have to get approved, and then that money would actually go into the dispersed column actually after the parent did that. Now, if for some reason the parent did not qualify and they were not able to get whatever the amount is under this award, they could go to financial aid, let them know that the parent had been denied the Parent Plus loan. At this point, what the school will do is they will offer them more unsubsidized loan money. And then once they offer them the unsubsidized loan money, then they will go in and they can actually get that unsubsidized loan. Now, what I've been showing you are financial aid packages that are on the student website. So most of the time, once a student gets accepted into a school, then they can go into the website or have an online account, and then they'll be able to see their financial aid package on there. But most schools will also send out a financial aid letter. So this is an example of a financial aid letter that is sent out. It will have the cost of attendance, and again, all of the financial aid letters from different schools are going to look different. So they might not list it out like this, but they're all going to have the same content as far as what is in that financial aid package. So you really need to understand what you want to accept, what they're offering, if it's going to be free money, if you're going to have to repay that money. So in here, it's got the estimated cost of attendance. Then it has a financial aid offer, what they're offering the student. Loans that do need to be paid back are in this financial aid offer. So your subsidized and unsubsidized loans are also in here, but that is actually guaranteed that the student will get that. And then they actually separate out the Parent Plus loan offer down at the bottom, which the student would actually have to have their parent apply for them to get that money and actually reach the total cost of attendance. Then I'm just going to show two last examples of why it's so important to think about merit aid when your student is in school, because these next two financial aid packages actually both have a 0 EFC. They're both from the same school, so basically they're getting the same kind of aid. This first one has merit aid, got a $6,000 scholarship, which is going to be good for 4 years. And with that merit aid, to reach the cost of attendance, they're going to need $4,600 in loans, which $4,600 in loans, more than likely the student could probably earn that. They probably will be able to get by without even taking out those loans. Now this next page is also a student at the same school. Their cost of attendance is a little bit more because their major was different. So depending on major, the cost of attendance can go up or down, and it can also go up or down depending on if the student is living on campus, what dorm they live in, room and board, what meal plan they pick. But their cost of attendance was a little bit more, but they don't have that merit aid. So they would need to take out almost $12,000 in loans to reach their cost of attendance, which is a huge difference, actually the $6,000 difference that the other student got in merit aid, which times 4 years would be $24,000 in merit aid, which is a big difference just based on grades and SAT scores, which is how that other student got that merit aid. So keep that in mind when your student is going through school and how important it is to get that merit aid, because that merit aid has nothing to do with financial need, and it's also good for 4 years. Of course, they have to maintain a certain GPA over those 4 years, but if they maintain that every single year, this student's going to have $6,000 of their tuition paid for. So the reason it's so important that you understand these financial aid packages is that you can make good decisions. One, of what you're accepting, what you're declining, and also when it comes time to start, if you're actually comparing schools, to see what each school is offering and how much that final bill or cost is going to be. So when doing this, make sure you add up your grants, you add up all the scholarships, you look to see what they're doing in loans, and you see what that final line, bottom line cost is going to be to actually go to each school. Or if it's a school that you've already decided on, then you know exactly what you're accepting and what you're declining. Make sure you are double checking whatever your award is, and you are aware of what the student should be getting in merit aid. So for an example, this year my daughter was eligible for merit aid, and I had entered her information into the system and knew that it should have been $6,000, but then she got her financial aid award and it was only $4,000. So I contacted financial aid, and what had happened is when she filled out her initial application, she had put in her class rank incorrectly. So we got in touch with them, sent in an updated transcript, and they updated that and they changed it to reflect the $6,000, which is correct. But if I hadn't known that, I would have just gone ahead and accepted it. They wouldn't have ever gone and rechecked, and it would have been $2,000 for 4 years, which is a significant amount of money. So go into their website, make sure that you know everything that a student can qualify for, and that that is included in the financial aid package. Next time we're actually going to go through how you actually get the money out of this account and how you accept, decline, how it actually goes through the account and you actually pay the school, and then sometimes the student can get a refund, what happens if you don't have enough money in there, and what the options are. So until next time, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.